Hey guys, Fishing Kid here. Before we get started on today's episode, I just want to talk to you about this bait knife from Whisker Secret Tackle. It's stainless steel, it's got a serrated back, it shouldn't rust on you. I just used it recently to butcher up with carp for catfish bait, and if you know carp, they got thick bones, thick scales, and this thing powered right on through it. It's only $20. Go check out whiskersecret.com. Tell them Fishing Kid sent ya. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you later.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Beer Fish Fanatics. This is Granny with Ma Pop Fishing. We have
Kit with the Fishing Kit YouTube channel.
And Sean with Sake Fishing.
There you go. I didn't have to introduce him. So just FYI, everybody, we actually had Sean come back because he was our very first guest. We were just talking about this. You're our very first guest on this very new podcast that we decided to kind of start. And we had no idea what the heck we were getting ourselves into. And Sean was gracious enough to be a guest and be our guinea pig on the first episode that we did with him. So that was cool, man. Welcome back, dude.
Thank you.
How many episodes ago was that?
Shoot, I have to, maybe 40. Yeah.
Have you done that many?
I think.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think by the time this one airs, depending on when we
50,
air it,
50-ish. Yeah.
it'll be close to 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's yeah, man, it's been almost a full year of episodes with Sean right before Sean, so it might actually work out. He might be our 1 year anniversary. I don't know.
Right.
So let me ask you something. So I got the camera like that, Kit. Is that going to show that box?
What box? Oh no,
Oh, okay.
it's just focusing on Sean.
Okay. So anybody's listening, I don't know if you guys saw that or listened to that one episode. There was a box of me going around that autofocus thing. And I forgot to shut off. And
Well, that's because it was on Zoom, and Zoom just captures whatever is on the camera.
All right, now you tell me. All right, anyways, guys, this week's episode, once again, we have Kalona Brewing Company. They actually did a delivery to near my house this week, and they delivered some amazing beer once again. So make sure you guys get a chance to get down there. This week, we're going hardcore because we were a bunch of hop heads this week. We haven't had some good hops in a while, so we're doing the... All right, is it Such a Much? I hope you guys... I hope I did that justice, right? Such a Much?
Looks like it.
I would think so.
All right, Such a Much Indian Pale Ale IPA. So we're gonna crack this open. Well, I kind of cracked it open on accident previously, offline.
I'll crack one.
All right, there.
Oh, it sounds so crispy.
I know, right? All right, cheers. And then
Cheers.
Sean's going really hardcore. I made him actually a really, hopefully a good. What do you call those?
Old fashioned.
Old-fashioned.
You're the one that made it.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah. Such a Much. Not bad. So anybody's listening to this episode, if you guys can do us a favor, I don't think we told anybody on the previous episodes, but if anybody in the Iowa area, go to a Hy-Vee, do us a favor. Instead of buying us a beer, buy yourself a beer. Buy a Kalona Brewing beer, and do me a favor. Tag us on the picture. Do a selfie if you don't mind. And tag either Fishing Kit on Instagram or Facebook or myself, Ma Pop Fishing. And what I'm going to do is for the first 10 people who does that, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys a free Beer Fish Fanatic koozie.
Good deal.
Cool deal? Awesome. So make sure you guys do that. Like I said, just go buy Kalona beer because, they're supporting us. And that way we can get you guys a koozie so you guys kind of look cool with the Beer Fish Fanatic koozie. But anyway, so this week, just to kind of give everybody a heads up, this is the first time I think me and Fishing Kit has been recorded together in a while.
Since like last summer, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you might be right.
I think so.
So what we're actually doing is we're actually up in Okaboji, Lake Okaboji, the Iowa Great Lakes up here. And hopefully we're going to attack some fish through the ice. And what better way to attack some fish through the ice than to bring a man who can create amazing ice rods, right? I don't know. So
Hopefully it helps.
yeah. So, but I really hopefully we get a chance because we're all gonna be on the lakes in the next couple of days, and hopefully we get an opportunity to catch some good fish. If you guys hear some screaming, oh, by the way, if you guys hear some screaming in the background, don't be alarmed. The girls are my daughters, and Saki's daughters. They're just running around upstairs. FYI on that. But like I said, we're hopefully we can get on a good bite. It's coming towards, I don't know when we release this episode, but it's coming towards the end of ice season. And we figured we'd do one last trip. We haven't been up here in, I think, 2 years. So hopefully we can get on a good ice bite. And, you know, it was kind of cool to have Sean come with us on this trip. And then we're like, you know what? Let's just record. It'd be kind of cool. And just kind of pick his brain a little bit. And the good thing is, we were asking right offline, how is custom ice rod building been for you this year? Like ups and downs, struggles, successes? Well, I mean, what would you say?
At the beginning of the season, it wasn't too bad. It started out pretty slow. About a month ago, I just started getting a ton of orders. So I did almost twice as much as last year. So for everybody, I had to wait a long time. Sorry, but just got a little overwhelmed there.
He's a one-man show.
Yeah, and it's a couple hours every day after work. Not much on the weekends. Try to keep that to the family. So just takes a little longer than I would like, but
quality, guys.
It's a good problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be patient, everybody. You want
please.
a quality rod. You don't want a rod that's just gonna be like blah.
Yeah.
Did you know the K and the B for Kalona Brewing? Have you noticed that their design logo?
Oh, it kind of blends together.
It's badass. I'm gonna have to tell them. Did you notice that?
I didn't even notice that.
So you see the K inside there, and you see the B on the outside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, props to Kalona Brewing on that one. That's pretty cool. So you guys gotta go look that. That's a pretty cool design of their logo on that.
Wow, 7.1%.
Hey, don't worry about it.
I didn't realize that.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay. I drink IPAs, so I mean I should be used to it.
Should be.
Yeah.
What are we fishing for this weekend? Kit?
Everything except for walleyes because walleye season is closed up here.
That's right.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
Walleye's closed right now. So in the IGLs, I think it's closed on all of the big lakes. So West, East Okaboji, Spirit, and yeah, I think those are the main lakes. There's there's the little lake here. What's it called? Is it Minnewaska or something?
I have no idea.
Well, there's like a smaller body of water here that I don't think it's closed there, but on all the big lakes it's closed.
Figured it's probably gonna be perch and then yellow bass.
Perch, yellow bass, crappies, gills, pumpkin seed. I actually caught one today. Yeah, we fished a little bit before this. Mark and I.
Yeah, and just before Sean or Saki Fishing and myself got here, we kind of sent Fishing Kit and Uncle Mark to my kids to come and scout for us. So they were fishing a little bit earlier because I think everybody knows me by now. I don't have time to go and scout and do all that crap. So I kind of send the single guys out and kind of use them a little bit in that sense. They understand though. Thanks guys.
Yeah.
Was the lake slushy at all?
Pretty slushy.
Was it?
The accesses are getting kind of sloppy. So I mean, there was trucks out on the lake, and I had it took me a while to convince myself to drive out. I was like, man, dude, I don't know, man. But after seeing trucks out there and I saw a Jeep, like he left and then he actually came back. He probably had to go use the restroom or something. Saw some brown stuff on the ice. Could be dogs. I don't know. Maybe somebody, couldn't hold it or. But anyways, the fishing. If anybody's been following my YouTube channel lately, I've been catching tons of gills through the ice, and I tell myself, you know what, I'm over bluegills, but today, like I had to buy the bluegill bite. They were so finicky.
Hopefully tomorrow it'll pick up for us. Then I mean, in the morning we're gonna. I think. This was a question that I wanted to ask you on this, anyways, because you guys are talking. So clear water through the ice, right? You're saying visibility for the fish to see it was much better, and I was like, so I was asking Fishing Kit. So what does he recommend would be the best way to attack ice fishing in clear water?
Like the water's super clear here. It's probably over 10 feet of clarity because 9 feet you can see through to the bottom. And I didn't do this, but I'll probably do it for tomorrow. But downsizing. And I remember when we talked to Travis at Stan's Bait and Tackle, He was selling that 1 pound test line, and now it makes so much sense. I'm running 3 pound, and I feel like, is my line too thick? Because the water's so clear, and the fish, what they were doing, they were just like swimming up and like staring down our baits, like for like 10, 15 seconds at a time, and then they would just dip.
Did you buy any 1 pound?
I didn't.
Shoot.
See,
Right. Shout out
I should have done that.
Shout out to Travis. I think we're gonna swing by Stan's bait shop. Number one, for you for giving us the time to be on our podcast, but number two, I think you might be right. I was thinking about that too, because you said the clarity, that 1 pound test line, it might make a difference. Who knows?
Yeah, and they got so much time to scrutinize your setup, and I think I might downsize my tungsten too, because we're only fishing less than 10 feet of water anyways. I don't need a 5 millimeter tungsten to drop super fast.
Cool. John, what kind of rods do you recommend us trying to use tomorrow? Do you, obviously we're gonna go after panfish through the ice. What are you, obviously. Sure.
Definitely something with a real soft tip. So any of the noodle rods, especially the power noodle. If you have like an ultralight carbon rod, that would work out really well too. I mean, if they're barely gonna touch the bait, you're gonna see it. You're not even gonna feel it at all. So you definitely want something you can just barely see them. That way you can hook it as soon as they touch it. Because I mean, if they're gonna probably gonna mouth the bait, they're gonna grab it and spit it out.
Yeah.
So I mean, as soon as they grab it, you want to hook it. So
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about the pumpkin seed that I bought. So there was this fish just hugging tight to the bottom. So my tungsten was maybe a couple inches above him. He would not pull off the bottom. I literally put that shit like right in front of his face. I basically fed it to him.
Jeez.
Like I was working him for so long, putting it above him, raising it, bringing it down. It wasn't until I put it like level with his face, and then he bit it. Wow. But I missed it, and I'm like, "There's no way. If he was that finicky to bite in the first place, there's no way he's gonna bite it again." Did it again, and then he bit it, and then I finally got him, and I didn't realize it was pumpkin seed till I pulled him up. I was like, "Oh, maybe that's the secret for these super finicky bites," because they. Like bluegills, the ones I've been catching all season is like they want it. They don't care. Yeah. Like they'll see it as soon as they see it, they're rushing up. But these guys, there's just a slow creep, like they're creeping up, and then they just stare at it, and then they don't want it. Like they were not aggressive, super finicky. I think if we downsize our line, probably our jigs. I had a big spoon down there, like a buckshot spoon. I'm like ripping it.
Nothing. Huh?
Nothing.
I wonder, did it frustrate you more because you have live scope, so you can actually see them doing that to you? Because a typical flasher, we see a line, and we're just like, it's still there, maybe whatever. But then with your live scope, you see it looking, and then just boom, bounces.
Yeah, I mean it'd still be frustrating with a flasher, but. At least with the live scope, I can tell when they've turned around. I already know when it's already over. But with the flasher, that line's going to be there. You don't know which way the fish is facing. Because like as soon as they give up, like I see them swim up. And if you compare that to a flasher, you'll just see a line. That line's going to be there for this amount of time. But on the live scope, he's already turned around. He's already, saying see ya. But on the flasher, you still have that line. So
you'll be jigging behind the fish for minutes and not even know.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you. So, what do you recommend if you're using a tungsten? The size for like a power noodle rod. The reason I ask is sometimes I catch myself too. Sometimes I be putting too much weight on the power noodles, like. It just limps over. What size tungsten do you recommend for anybody who's pan fishing?
If the rod's left alone the way it is, I'd say 3 to 4 millimeter. Okay. But I can cut from the tip end of it and adjust it so you can use a heavier one. It'll be a little less sensitive. So I mean, it depends on what you want to use. But if left alone, 3 to 4 is probably what you want to use.
So is that something that, as somebody who's ordering a custom rod, tells you like, hey, I'm gonna be using a 4 or 5 millimeter? Do they tell you?
Most of the time, they ask or they tell me what fish they want to go after, and then I tell them or I ask them, what do you want to use? Like, because I mean, you can catch a walleye with a 3 millimeter jig or an 1/8 ounce spoon, but you're not going to use the same rod for both. So I say, what bait and what jig do you want to use? And then I'll kind of walk them through what the best way to do that would be. So it's more about what you're going to use instead of what fish you want to target. Because you go to a small pond with crappie, you can use a real small jig, but you go to a big lake with a bunch of shad in it, that little jig, it's not going to be appetizing to them. They're used to eating, bigger shad, so you want a big spoon. So I mean, you're not going to want to use the same rod for both instances.
So, am I doing it wrong? Because I'm using a 5mm with the power noodle.
That's what I'm asking too.
I wouldn't say wrong, but it's going to give you a harder time than something else would. I mean, because when you have a heavier jig, I mean, I'm sure I know you like to jig, so you'll notice you're probably moving the jig or you're moving the rod, and the jig's just kind of sitting there still.
Yeah. It's I feel like it's like the limit of the power noodle, like 5mm. Because I know if I go any bigger, that tip's gonna be like bent.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can use bigger, but you're not gonna be able to jig a lot. I mean, if you want to jig aggressively, I mean, you throw it up and it's gonna fall, and you're gonna be moving the rod, and it's not gonna do anything. So I mean, it just depends on how you're fishing, what you're using.
Yeah, it's like I kind of gotta rewire myself for this weekend because, the reason why I like those 5mm jigs because you fish them fast, they get down there fast. But we're only fishing pretty shallow water. I guess if we get out to deeper water, like 20 feet, then it makes more sense. But in this shallow, clear water bite, it just makes sense to downsize.
I think tomorrow, I'm going to have to. Now, you really got me thinking. I totally forgot about the 1 pound test line until we were talking about the clarity earlier today. I was like, oh, I remember Travis was telling
See,
us.
the thing is, when we were there was a guy. He asked, do you have any 1 pound test left? And he's like, yeah, I got some over there. And then I don't know what I was thinking about. I think there was just like this lady there. She was pretty good looking. She was with this guy.
We know you're thinking.
Don't worry, guy. Anybody listening or females? Kit is single.
I was distracted. Okay, I was distracted.
He was distracted, but that makes sense now. I think we might have to. If we really... Okay, how about this? If we really struggle in the morning bite, I think we should probably at least try or stop by there to buy it and see if it...
Well, here's my thought. Like, if we get on that twilight hour bite, it probably won't matter as much. But as the day goes on and, clarity gets even better, then we might want to downsize our line. Like, early morning, it might not be that big of a difference. Okay. But who knows?
Try it out.
Some things I think like, oh man, no problem, it should work. And then it's like, because like with the night fishing, like, dude, they should just bite anything that you put down there. Just because it's it's dark, it's something, they should just attack it.
That's true.
No, that's not always the case.
We'll find out. Well, we'll see tomorrow. All right, we'll test the theory out, and then hopefully we'll make Trey, since he's late. We have a buddy coming in, Trey. We'll make him run out and go buy the 1 pound test line for us if we need to.
Because I don't know what time the bait shop opens.
No.
I'm going to guess 6, maybe? 7?
At least 7.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So,
look it up.
What have you learned this year, man, from building a rod? So do you learn... So my question to you is, as a rod builder, do you learn new shit every year? Or something just catches you off guard every year, or what would you say is the one thing you learned this year, building rods?
I had a lot of people ask if I already had some made. So I mean, they contacted me, asked if said they wanted a custom rod. I said it'd be 4 to 6 weeks, and they were almost every one of them was like, well, do you have anything available now? So for next year, I definitely need to build up stock, just to let people pick from if they don't want to wait. That's the biggest thing this year.
Some people just want one like.
Yep.
Right there now, they're not like, they're not super picky about how the guides are and what blend.
Yeah,
well,
most
of the
people that want a custom rod, they don't know what they want, so I kind of have to talk them through, what's going to be best for their situation. So I mean, maybe 10% know exactly what they want.
Gotcha.
Everybody else is just, I want a rod.
So if you want, like you could just build like 3 kind of set rods for like X and X type of angler. You just make those 3 and have, I don't know, 5 or 10 in stock or something.
Right. Yep. And like I did that with Johnston Bait and Tackle. I took 8 rods up there and they sold every single one of them. So
there you go. So next year, anybody in the Central Iowa, go to Johnston Bait and Tackle, get one of those rods. Contact Sean directly if you need to. That's kind of cool, though. I mean, to know that you're gonna build for next year. So everybody's listening who's wondering, like, I want to get me a sake rod, but I don't want to wait 4 to 6 weeks because he hand makes them individually. So just FYI on that. He's gonna build some more next year. So hopefully he'll have some in stock instantly, and you guys can get some of those. Anything else new that you're gonna be doing for whether it's open water, ice season, anything else you got coming up that you're thinking of doing or trying out or testing out?
I'll definitely be doing more of the open water rods this year. It's a little harder to sell just because they're more money, but I'm definitely gonna try more. I've got a couple guys that are gonna be doing bass tournaments, so I'm gonna be doing some for them to try out, kind of experiment, see which ones they like best, and then go that way.
So he's saying that until you don't realize the millions of people who listen to this podcast and watch his podcast. So just because of that, sake fishing is going to be beyond busy open water now for open water rods. All right, put us or test us. Hopefully,
we touched on it a little bit, like me and Sean. I wanna open water walleye rod because those contests we run our ongoing contests,
right?
Like ice fishing, I do all right. Actually, I think I'm in the lead for this month. Humble brag, but when it comes to
humble brag.
Well, I'm only missing one species for our contest this month. So, and I think I got the biggest crappie, the biggest bass, maybe the biggest bluegill.
I think 9-inch was the biggest one. I don't know what you had.
It could have been mine.
I don't remember.
But I got a catfish. I'm the only one with the catfish.
True.
Is everything through the ice? You guys,
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean,
whatever.
It just happens to be ice fishing season. But admittedly, I'm not quite there when it comes to like open water. Mm-hmm. But if I have that open water walleye rod, oh, easy.
Yeah. You gotta check with Jeff though, because he's been catching all his with the jigs too. So it's double points.
Oh, wait, Jeff.
In Michigan?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So, I'm putting my order in for open water sake rod. FYI, I don't know. Should I go panfish? Just, I need a something that can catch a white bass, wiper, and a crappie.
I think a medium light.
Medium light.
Medium light, yeah.
Yeah,
something
one of those.
typical walleye.
Okay.
Walleye jigging rod.
Yeah, that'd be something I'm looking for actually.
Yeah, then and when I put in the order, I'm gonna be like, just go. I want you to design it. Because a lot of people always tell you, hey, I want this color, this, that. I want it like this. Like sometimes I don't think you get a chance to get free reign, and that's kind of so. I own my pop fishing, and that's kind of thing I like you doing for my rods that I sell there is that I want you to do free reign and just go. Right. And try out some different stuff, and he can try out for me. So I'm going to put in the order now because I don't have one from Saki in regards to open water. So I definitely want to put an order on that. Anything else are you going to be doing, you think, besides open water? Because now you're going to be busy as once people listen and know that you're doing open water now, FYI.
I don't know if I'm as busy as you think, I don't know if I will be able to do much more. So, I'm probably just try and build up stock on the jigs as well.
Cool.
Probably not going to do much for custom for those. Just kind of build what I can, and like I said, it's usually just a couple hours a day. So I'll just build like 10 or 20 a day. Just kind of set them off to the side, put them on the website, and then focus more on the rods.
Are we gonna fly fish this? Yeah, I don't know. Are we fly fishing them or what, man?
I got a fly rod.
Yeah, I got a fly rod.
Because so anybody's listening. The reason why I'm asking because I was talking to Kit the other day after we were doing a recording of a podcast. I'm like, I don't know how to fly fish, but it looks cool. But then again, it's just an extra amount of money I have to spend, and then something I have to learn. I already suck at regular fishing.
It's easy to fly fish. It's really hard to make it look good.
Okay. And the reason why
it's pretty easy to get it out there, but you don't look right doing it.
And I brought this up because I know, so everybody knows that Sean here he does flies. He ties his custom flies, and they look pretty and everything. But then the only thing is I don't fly fish, so it's like what the hell,
right?
So I'm thinking about it, but then I'm going to have to convince the boss why am I going to get another sets of stuff. So
I think you gotta be pretty dedicated to it, like fly fishing, because I got a fly rod. I took it. I wouldn't say serious, but I was into it for like a year, and then I haven't touched that fly rod
About
in like
same
2 years.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
but I do. If I can start targeting like white bass and wipers on the fly,
okay.
I think that's what would really get me back into it. Bluegills might be alright, crappies, but
See, the bad thing there too is like after you're going different fish, you're using different size baits. You're gonna have to use different size fly rods.
yeah, that's the
So.
thing. So I think if I had, well, I got like a 5 weight. I think that should be okay for like white bass and stuff.
It's pretty good all around. I mean,
Yeah.
I've caught like 5-pound bass on a 5 weight, and it's a pretty good fight.
See, I think
So, wipers might be a little much.
yeah, I'd probably have to upgrade for wipers.
How about we do this, Mark? So we have Mark, our friend, on the side here. I get into fly fishing. You get into fly fishing, and we'll do a bet. Donkey kicks. Oh, speaking of donkey kicks,
Oh my god.
we're recording. We'll do it in the second part. If we don't do it, you gotta pay up, man.
You're gonna have to.
What happened?
Ed Brown made sure that I remembered that. You gotta pay up, bro.
Ed, I appreciate your support, watching like every video that I post, but shh.
So before the end of this episode, I think Fishing Kids should do a donkey kick or two.
You might have to remind me, or maybe our audience, like, why do I have to do donkey kicks? I don't really remember.
Come on. Well, number one, he spilled that beer when he cracked open, and he spilled it, and we're like, that's a penalty. Remember that? I think that was like episode maybe 10 into our podcast. So, well, you know what? On this podcast, post that link to that.
What? Did I try? Is that?
You remember you were trying to crack it open with another Gatorade bottle. That was that stupid episode.
Oh.
That you were like, "Ooh, I'm
Was
so
that
cool."
before? Was that before I had Trey's little
Yes,
janky?
No, we had
janky
that.
opener.
Yeah. Trey
Trey admits it. Like it's kind of janky.
still didn't get one.
It didn't work.
I still didn't get one. So if you guys are wondering, I still didn't get one.
All right.
But anyways,
I remember now.
so that was one. So I think that was like two donkey kicks. We might have to. Somebody might want to fact check on me, but that's 2 donkey kicks. And then I think you're supposed to do donkey kicks because you hit 1,000 subs, bro.
No, that was the bear slam. Or the shotgun.
Was it? I didn't see a shotgun. Did you see a shotgun?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Man, I'll post the link. I'll post the link.
So FYI, I'm just saying, I didn't see it.
It's on my Facebook.
So I think he should at least pay up on the donkey kicks by the end of the episode today.
Because my friend Bo, he has a thing with shotguns for some dang reason. Granted, he's a 30-some-year-old dude. He's not like a college guy. Shotguns is a college thing. But he I guess he's young at heart. That's why he still likes doing shotguns. And we were out fishing. He's like, "You want a shotgun?" I'm like, no, not really.
Sean, did you see it?
No. I posted it.
Sean, did you see it?
It's on the fishing kit page.
I haven't seen it.
Was that the one with
Spencer and Corey.
Okay, yeah, I did see that.
Sean.
Yeah, because
I
everyone
didn't-
laughed
no,
because
no,
you're
no.
the last one.
Yeah, I was last place, but I did it.
All right. Well, you know what?
I'll post the link. I'll
Okay.
post the link.
All right, he's gonna have to post a link for that, but then he's gonna have to. You gotta at least do the donkey kicks today. Come on,
Sure.
before the end of the episode.
Sure. Might hurt myself. Alcohol's involved. Yeah.
It's Beer Fish Fanatics for a reason, man. It's all right, but you gotta. Oh man, yeah. So anyone, if you're listening, make sure go check out that one episode. It was kind of cool to see him try to crack a beer with the Powerade bottle, and yeah, he decided to not do it very.
Oh,
well.
it was a short neck bottle. I remember.
Here we go.
I
Big
remember.
excuse. Here we go.
It was a short neck bottle, so the leverage is a little weird. So if it was a long neck bottle, boop, no problem. But
All right, had to take a little break because I'm grabbing another beer because I'm hardcore
thirsty. All right. Anyways, back to my.
And what before that? Cheers, Kalona Brewing.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
Yeah, Mark.
Don't forget Mark over there.
Mark's lurking in the background.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Good stuff. All right. So sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Kit. Go ahead.
All right. Anyways, back to the reason why my beer opening kind of failed. It's so it was I think it was an Exile something. Anyways, they got those bottles where it's got the short neck, so it's Peachtree. Sorry, excuse me.
Wrong brewery.
Wrong brewery.
They might get pissed off, but it's all right.
It's okay. They don't sponsor us, so it's
Exactly. We still love your beer. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. All right.
But anyway, they got the short bottle necks, so it makes it a little tricky trying to. Mind you, I'm not using a beer opener. I'm using it was Under Armour. No, not Under Armour.
Dude, he's using underwear to open up his beer.
Body armor.
No wonder.
Body armor. So I popped it open, and things got a little slippery, and I dropped the bottle on my floor, and I had to clean it up. And then I don't know whose idea it was, but probably not mine to do donkey kick as a penalty.
It was mine.
As a penalty.
I'll accept that.
I remember it now.
He's got to do it today. So,
and I guess I'm paying it up today.
yeah. Hopefully, before we end this episode, and if I end this episode without him doing donkey kick, Sean's gonna have to drink beer because that means he didn't remind me in time before the end of the
I'll
episode.
have to record it offline and post the link.
Yeah, if that's the case. But let's talk about this weekend, guys. So, as I was mentioning, we're up here at the IGLs, which is the Iowa Great Lakes. And in case anybody's wondering, we live in central Iowa. It's approximately about 3.5 hours away from central Iowa. It's north, west of us. And the cool thing about this spot is really accessible for a lot of people. When I say a lot of people, people in Minnesota, people in South Dakota, people in Iowa, people in Nebraska. It's the coolest spot, in my opinion. It's called the Iowa Great Lakes. And multi-species in all these lakes. And we did the episode, like I said, with Travis, the owner of Stan's Bait Shop. And we're going to try and see what we can attack through the ice here. So with that, what's our game plan? We were talking about offline a little bit. Sean, what's your game plan for tomorrow? We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Fishing Kit. What are you going to attack tomorrow? What species? What are you going to use? What do you recommend? What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Well, after hearing what Kit said, I'd like to go after perch. I'm not sure how they were in the area you went today.
We pushed out deeper we fished Smith's Bay. We started out shallow, like super shallow, maybe 6 feet or something. And we weren't catching fish, so I heard that people were catching yellow bass in Smith's Bay. I'm thinking we need to push out towards the basin. I feel like yellow bass is kind of like a basin bite right now. So we pushed out there.
Hold on. Before you go, can you explain? Because there's a lot of people who wonder, what's a basin?
A basin is like the big flat part of a lake. So, let's say your shoreline is going to drop off. The shoreline's going to drop off from let's say, because there's houses all around the lake. Mm-hmm. So that shoreline's going to drop off until it basically kind of flattens out to like a big basin, for lack of a better word.
Like a big mud flat, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody listening to this? Is what it is.
I mean,
it's a basin.
the reason behind
it.
my thinking is because when we were up here a few years ago, it was a basin bite on East Okaboji for yellow bass. So we set up like right next to this slope from I think it was in like 20 some feet. Basically where it stops dropping off. So where it kind of levels out. That's the basin. So that was my thinking behind that move. And we found some perch out there. Mark caught like what, 2? Yeah, and they were like super tight on the bottom again. Yeah, there was tons of perch. I didn't catch any. They're like super tight to the bottom. We didn't see any yellow bass, so then we decided to move back shallow, and that's where we found the bluegills. Mark caught a crappie. I caught a pumpkin seed, but I watched Travis's video. So I think Big Spirit's the place to go for perch, but they're not advising truck traffic because the accesses are getting pretty bad. I guess a truck, one of the rear wheels like broke through or something. And in the video he posted too, there's just open water right at the access. and he was saying if people want to prolong the ice season, they gotta preserve the accesses. So he's saying, don't drive your trucks on there. I guess if you have a 4-wheeler or snowmobile, maybe, or walk.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, in Big Spirit, it's usually a basin bite. So
how far's that walk?
I feel like it's like a mile because we did it once, 2 seasons ago. We did it, and after seeing like trucks and ice castles and stuff out there, like, all right, we're driving. Because after that walk back, like, oh, dude, like we should have just drove.
Yeah, we'll have snowmobiles tomorrow though.
Oh, is Trey bringing them? Mm-hmm. Wow, thanks for telling us. We could have used that last week. We probably could have won Yellow Bass Bonanza. I'm just saying.
So, do we want to target yellow bass or perch?
I'm not butthurt or anything.
I don't know.
Because I kind of feel like, we got to pick a lake, and each lake is kind of specialized.
Right. I'd rather catch perch than yellow bass.
Yeah.
I know the yellow bass aren't as big out here.
Right.
At least they weren't 2 years ago when we were here. But
if you get, well,
that and I want to catch a big perch.
How's the
How's
the perch size?
It was pretty good. Travis's video from this morning.
9 inches.
They were pretty good.
Okay.
They were pretty good.
Okay. So, hey, whatever. I'm not picky, man. Everybody knows I'm not the greatest fisherman. As long as my pole moves, I'm happy, bro. So, you guys lead the way. So I'm with these 2 gentlemen that are gonna be able to take us. We have another gentleman that's bringing the snowmobiles that we're, Fishing Kit and I was hoping to have last week for the Yellow Bass Bonanza.
That's okay.
It sucks.
If we had snowmobiles, we probably would have caught 3 yellow bass, and then we would have lost out on the $200 for the smallest weigh-in.
We could have. Oh, okay.
True.
Oh, you know what? We want to talk about this podcast. We didn't get a chance to do a podcast when we were up there at Clear Lake because we actually did the Yellow Bass Bonanza, and the thing was, we placed. We didn't place very high.
No, we cashed the check. That's what's important.
We cashed a check. We cashed a check at 46th place. All right? And what that means, we beat half the teams because there was almost 90 teams in that thing.
It was like 88 teams or something, I think.
And we weighed in, and that was the greatest thing. But we weighed in 1 fish, and it was the smallest fish. But on top of that, it was caught with a sake fishing rod. So due to his rod, we caught the smallest fish in the tournament. But we actually won money.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, there was a team that weighed in 2 fish, and their 1 fish, if let's say hypothetically, if they threw back one of those fish, it would have been smaller than our fish. So if they just kept that 1 fish and weighed it in, they would have won the small weigh-in.
But they weighed into 2. So we won the consolation prize of the the best worst fishing squad.
Yeah. So, but like nobody's gonna go into a tournament throwing fish away hoping to win the smallest weigh-in. We just did it by default.
Dumb luck.
Very, very true.
We just did it by default.
But I don't think I would have caught that. I didn't have the sake rod. I'm just saying, man. If I didn't have the sake fishing rod, I'd be like, it was a very finicky bite. So everybody was wondering, we fished in the Yellow Bass Bonanza up there in Clear Lake. This thing was temperature-wise approximately about minus 20 to 25 degrees, and we had wind chill factor of minus 39. I checked up. Was it 40? 40, holy crap. So it was over 40, minus 40 in regards to wind chill factor. It was brutal. Fishing Kit and myself fishing this tournament, and we tried for 10 to 15 minutes to hole hop. And this is the thing, when the Yellow Bass Bonanza, you have to hole hop to be successful. And we tried for 10, 15 minutes. It was brutal. We're like, hey, Yellow Bass ain't biting. I think we should just stay inside the tent. And this is the crazy thing. We're inside the tent with the heater on, and our lines was still freezing.
Yeah, we did have a pretty good draft in our tent though, but I think even then, I don't think there's much we could have done. Oh yeah, I just want because so people know I got live scope. Like, oh, you got live scope, and you guys only caught one fish.
Oh,
This is for those people.
did you get hated on a little bit? No.
Somebody made a comment. Actually, it was my buddy Jason, so it's all right. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it was my buddy or not. But yes, I had live scope, and he's like, "What? You have live scope, and you guys didn't win?" I'm pretty sure the winning teams had live scope too.
Very true.
But what I noticed, the other live scope teams, they also ran flashers. I don't have that, and it's hard to be mobile if you have just the live scope, because like hole hopping sucks if you're just lugging around the live scope, because that thing takes up so much room in your hole. You know, you got to drill at least 2 holes. I mean, if you want to be, I guess, efficient. I don't know. Would that be efficient? You're drilling 2 holes.
It's not. It's not efficient.
It's
No,
not.
you're
It's
right.
not efficient.
It's not efficient. You're right.
So I think what they were doing is they would just put the live scope as like the home base and kind of pan around, and then drill around with a flasher. See, that's the difference between what I was doing and even those guys next to us. They had a live scope, but they were also running flashers in tandem with that live scope.
Yeah.
See, instead of just using the live scope to try to move around, it's so clunky and awkward.
That's what people don't realize. When the live scope is an amazing technology, but it's like 25, 30 pounds, you think?
My setup's like 24 pounds.
So, people, it feels freaking. It's a big machine, but no, Fishing Kid's right. That's how we saw them. We're like, that's how they work. You know,
But
using a live scope with that flasher.
You know, live scopes are already expensive. Then you got let's say you're running I think they probably had like FLX 28, which is like
$700-800.
Yeah, on top of that. So I'm just a casual. Actually, my first tournament ever. If I was like a serious tournament angler or something, I could see myself doing it. But I don't know. I don't know if I could sink that much money, you know, to get a flasher alongside live scope.
So I think next year we gotta get fish Saki up there. I'm calling it right now. We're gonna get him up there, whether you fishing in or not. At least be part of it. You know, the cool thing. I'm not gonna lie. I wish they were kind of recording, because I think Fishing Kit and myself were probably the most excited team. Because I'm telling you guys, I kid you guys not. Nobody was super excited at all, winning money here and left, winning prizes. Me and him went berserk, winning 46th place.
It was like we won the tournament. That's how excited we were.
Yeah, and we're like, how come nobody else is as excited as us, man? I swear to God, I'm like, I don't know, man. All I know is that we were super excited. We're like, holy crap!
Yeah,
I was 46.
It's that meme where the guy's like shaking the champagne bottle and like celebrating. He's like way at the bottom.
It's like exactly what it is. Like the guy that didn't win is the most excited dude, and like the top 3 teams was like, yay, slow clap for themselves.
No, I think I'm gonna do some tournaments next year. I already talked with one guy. I think I got a partner that we're gonna do some. So.
Yeah, like the guys that won the ATV, you know.
Yeah.
That he was like even Kevin Paul was like, you know, be excited.
Yeah.
Anyways, the guys that won the ATV, they actually won the Sportsman Award also.
Yeah, I think it's karma.
Yeah,
that's good. That's great karma.
That is good karma.
Yeah.
Like these guys, they the YBB, they handed out an award for like sportsmanship. These guys they helped this other team that had problems with the auger. Mm-hmm. Was it? Or
yeah, it was the auger. They lent it a whole another team their auger. That was pretty cool.
They lent out their auger to another team. You know, so then when it came to draw the ATV, you know, they won that ATV, and the guy's kind of like, cool. And then Kevin's like, show some excitement. Come on,
you just won like a couple $1,000 machine there, but you know, we've never been a part of the Yellow Bass Bonanza. And then, like I said, quick shout out to Kevin Paul. I mean, he runs a pretty cool tournament and everything up there, Clear Lake. And on top of that, he was on our podcast. Make sure you guys go listen to that, get the opportunity. He gives some great tips and everything up there in Clear Lake. But if you've never been a part of the Yellow Bass Bonanza, it's not, I don't know if it's run like any other tournament. It's so cool. When I say that, it's because you don't have to be in a top 10 to win prizes or win money there. We got 40 sixth place, and we won $200.
Yeah, we did the worst out of all the teams that
Yeah.
weighed in.
And then on top of that, they were so many giveaways, and this is a quick shout out, like I said, to Kevin Paul and the rest of them that are running that organization, running that tournament. It was like they have so many like different raffles when they're giving away the prizes at the end, and then they were just giving money away at the end to like this person donated this to 30th position or whatever, or 110th position. You know what I'm saying? They were just giving away stuff so that you have a chance to win something. And that was so cool. And then I think my brother-in-laws from Denver are gonna. I'm gonna hold them to this because they told me like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna hold them to this that they're gonna come next year.
Oh yeah. The team that there was an award for the team that came in from the farthest distance.
Yep.
Some guys from Omaha, I think.
Nice.
Lincoln. Yeah. So they won. What was it? $200 just for.
No, they won a prize. One of those caddies or whatever.
What was it?
You know what I'm talking about?
They got a prize just for coming from the furthest distance.
And that's why I was saying like this tournament, it's so cool to see that, and I like the way they set that up. Is that it's not technically, yes, you want to win, it's great, but at the end of the day, it was just like everybody got together and just and they were just giving away prizes and gifts, and it was so cool. It's like sucked that it was minus freaking 40 wind chill because everybody like we were outside. Come on. But at the end of the day, it was like it's a pretty cool tournament. It was a great experience for. I think you had a good experience for your first tournament ever.
Yeah. See, like the thing was, like I heard about the raffles, and I'm thinking like, okay, we got to buy into these raffles, but that's not the case. Just being in the tournament puts you in those raffles. I was like, whoa, no. I was like, we get to be in the raffles just for being in the tournament. Like we don't have to pay extra to be in like the raffle for an ATV.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
our buddy Tay just showed up.
Yeah. So we're about to. No, we got some time, but I think I didn't forget. I think you still need to do your donkey kick before the end.
I'm pretty sure there's like some more important stuff we need to talk to.
All right.
Talk about.
All right. The last most important thing I would have to say is Sean. So. Awesome to have you. This is the cool thing is that we started this podcast. We had no idea where we were going to take it. We had no idea where this was going to go and how it was going to grow. And, he came and he jumped on our podcast, the first freaking guest.
Yeah, our first guest. Now our 50th
it's got to be
episode in.
At 50. You want to make him 50?
We'd
make him 50.
I think it'd be right at 50. I think the next episode is 44.
Yeah. So we'll make him 50.
We'll 50. We're about that far out.
It might be springtime. So if you guys are listening to this, we're ice fishing. We're not ice fishing. So FYI, we're ice fishing, but we're not ice fishing.
But by the time this uploads,
yeah,
we're not going to be ice fishing.
Nah,
actually, this might be my last weekend of ice fishing. Yeah. Honestly,
yeah, it's supposed to be 50s next week.
I think we're done. No, honestly, I think you're right. And then we'll talk about that though on our next podcast. Stay tuned because I think I have some cool ideas. You'll see. But yeah, no, I just like I want to thank Sean for being the first guest and everything. That was pretty badass of you and giving us the opportunity to talk, drink beer, and talk fishing. And who knew it was gonna blow up the way it was gonna? That it's supposedly blown up. I don't know. At one point, we had 2 listeners. It was awesome. Love you, Ed. You reminded Kid he's got to do his fishing, his donkey kicks. But it was cool. Like I said, though, it was cool to have you back here. I guess it's almost a 1-year reunion.
Almost 1 year.
So it's kind of cool to have you. But how can everybody get or anything else that you got coming on, or what are you gonna do, or what is it that you want sake fishing to be in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? What do you want to be, man? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I used to think about it, like how big I want to go, but I think I'm just going to take it one step at a time. Just kind of go with the flow.
Cool.
I'm not going to get too into it. Just it is what it is. If it gets bigger, then I'll adapt to it. If not, then I'll enjoy
but
my
he's
time
doing
off.
open rods, and he's got my order in, bitches.
So if our audience wants to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
Facebook's probably the easiest. Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. Like who did they message?
Yeah, man. You can't just hey contact me on Facebook, guys.
Just message me.
Yeah, just
Message me through my page, Sake Fishing LLC, or directly on my private page. Facebook's kind of weird. If you go through the page, it doesn't notify me until I check the page.
Oh, dude, I know exactly what you're
it's such
talking
a
about.
pain.
Because like we'll talk to each other about like, dude, I'm trying to tag you, but I can't tag you.
Yeah,
Facebook. And then, like I messaged you on the page. He's like, I never got it. Like,
I have to go and look, and then refresh it, and then to go and look. And
So we're gonna have to get somebody who works at Facebook or something, because that's the bullshit. No, you're right. You're 1,000% right. Like you can never figure that out. But in that case, go to Sake Fishing's Facebook page,
Yep.
Instagram. You put out the links.
yeah,
everything
I'll
for-
post all these links. Don't worry, Sean.
And then on top of that, make sure it says www.sakefishing.com, right?
Yep.
See? So go check out his website. You know what? Like I say, he's truly badass in regards to his ice rods. You guys gotta go really check it out. I think there's a reason why I got 3 and gonna be 4 of his rods in my case. Truly do believe in regards to his quality craftsmanship and shit like that, because I actually catch fish here and there. So hey, I don't give anything what anybody says. We won $200 at the Yellow Bass Bonanza due to Sake Fishing rods.
Grandy
So,
came in clutch, caught that one little one that mattered.
hey, doesn't matter, man. But other than that, like I said, go check out his check out his stuff, and then he's gonna do open water this year, right?
Yep.
So check that out. Other than that, donkey kicks, man. Let's get it in, man.
Oh
Before
my
come
God.
on, come on, man. Gotta get it in.
Jesus.
Fishing kids gotta get his
Of course,
donkey
we
kicks
had
in.
we had to wait till Trey got here.
Trey is here. Hold on. I'm gonna get the camera. We gotta get this going. He's got. Hey, how many we say? What do I think?
One kick, one drink, one kick.
I think we said like what 5 donkeys?
I thought it was just 2.
All right, okay. I may have added a few.
Until
Sorry.
he loses, and he's like, no, we said 1. And it just slowly goes
All
down.
right, just so everybody can see or listening, if you're listening to the podcast, Fishing Kid's about to do some bonus stuff
We'll
over
go
here.
here. We'll go here.
Hurt yourself over here.
He's going to an open area. And
Come over here, Gords.
oh, hold on. Am I taking the? No, I can't. You know, you're good. I can see you.
Okay.
I can see
Just
you.
2, right?
All right.
You can't see him good.
Hey, you got.
More.
I want to see extension because
Full
we
extension.
made Trey do extension.
Actually, I can learn a thing from this guy.
That's true. You want to show him real quick, Trey? How do you do a donkey kick? So everybody.
On the ice, actually.
Oh my Jesus! That was a great donkey kick. Yeah. So you gotta do.
Pretty impressive.
So Fishing Kid's gonna be doing 2.
He set the bar kind of high. I don't know if I can do it that high. All right.
There we go.
Don't look at me. Oh, sorry. All right.
Finally paying up his donkey kick. Oh no way, no way. Hey, we are not allowed. No way we're allowing that. Are we really allowing that? No way. No way.
Frog kick. That's a frog.
That's a
I
yeah.
don't want to bust my face. All right.
We're not a frog. Come on.
Hee Aww. Yeah. Hee Aww.
All right.
Wait, are we gonna allow that? No.
No, that's it. That's it.
You got 4 of them on
Wait,
that.
actually, we didn't push record, so yeah.
All right. With that, and you know what? Hey, props.
My kids are picky.
What's the hashtag?
I don't know.
Hashtag FYP.
Hashtag FYD. So at the end of that, man, thanks for paying up. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much, Sean, for joining us. And until next time, guys.
That wasn't interesting.
Not yet.